Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. So I think there are a few concepts yet to be covered in this chapter, right? So we'll do that today. Yes, okay. Then maybe there will be one more practice session for this chapter. So yeah, you are done till substitution. Yes, last time ma'am told me. So we'll continue ahead. It is kind of a practice session. I'll be hello. Am I audible now? Yeah. So yeah, I was saying it would be kind of a practice session because we'll be learning how to do the problems and then solving them. Okay. Yeah. So I think few of you are yet to join. We'll just wait for 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Good afternoon. Hello. Okay, so we'll start. I think let the others join in later. Okay, is my screen visible? Yep. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take up few problems on substitution. So it will be like a recap. I'll also know whether you have understood or not. And y'all can also, like, if you still have any doubts, y'all can get it clarified. Okay, so we'll start. So, okay. The first question, find the solution of the following system of equations by substitution method. So, in case anybody needs a recap, substitution method is one where you use one of the equations and write the value of either x or y in terms of the other and substitute it in the second equation to get the values of both x and y. Okay, all those who can solve this question can type in your answers. Anybody who has just joined, I am taking a recap of the substitution method you all had learned last class. So try solving this question on the screen. Okay, I'm getting some answers. Yes, Pratim, that's right. Your answer is correct. Okay, in the substitution method, what do? You write one equation, choose one of the two equations, and write either x or y in terms of the other. So in this case, if you take Mohawk, yes, you're right. if you take x as y 8 minus y, then substitute the value of x in this second equation, you get the answer. Are you sure about the answer? Smera, your answer is right. Krish, yes. Take the first equation, the x plus y is equal to 8. So from that you can write it as y is equal to 8 minus x and substitute that value in this equation. Yes, Manasvi. Yes, Navya. Ayush, yes, that is right. And the value of x will be? Sanskriti, yes. Shaurya, I'm afraid that's not the right answer. Can you check? For the second equation, there is only one equation here. Like there are two equations of one problem. Yes, this is super easy. I just wanted a recap kind of thing. Anybody? I'm not getting other answers. Where is everybody stuck? Anybody stuck? Should I do this question? Yes, Ritu. Hit, I'm not sure that's the right answer. Just check your calculation once. Okay, these are two equations. I think few of you are getting confused. These are two equations for the same question. So what do? Take the first equation, write it as y is equal to 8 minus x. Hi Rudra. Okay, so you just joined in. I'm taking a recap of the substitution method you had done last class. So the problem on the visible on the screen is the first one I'm taking. Yeah. So you can solve it and let me know what is the answer. Okay, so in this question you take, I'll just show it to you. I think few of you are stuck somewhere. Okay. So the question is x plus y is equal to 8, right? This is one equation. And the second equation is 2x minus 3y is equal to 1. This is the second equation. Okay. Now the first equation can be written as y is equal to 8 minus x. Correct? Let us write this as the third one. So substitute this value in this equation. So what will you get? 2x minus 3, 8 minus x is equal to 1, or 2x minus 24 minus plus, so be plus 3x is equal to 1, or it will be 5x is equal to 24 plus 1, or x is equal to 25 by 5, or we can say x is 5. And how do you get the value of y? Substitute x back in this equation. So you will get y is equal to 8 minus 5, or y is equal to 3. Okay. Everybody clear now? Hit, are you clear now? I think all those of you Hit and somebody else who had Shaurya. Yes. So this is how you do it. Okay, clear? Shankadeep, you are saying no. Can you tell me which part are you stuck? Understood, yeah. Okay. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll so quickly give you two more questions to solve. Maybe then Shankadeep, try refreshing your connection. I think there must be some connection issue. Okay, so This is easy peasy. Okay, so I want you to solve the next question then. Just a second. Yeah. So, okay, solve this question. Find the solution of the following system of equations by substitution method. Same thing. 2x, 3x plus 2y is equal to 10 and 12x plus 8y is equal to 30. So in this case, when you solve, yes, you'll come across something. I want to know what will you come across. Same way, choose either of the two equations, whichever you find simpler. Take the value of, write it in terms of x or y, and substitute it in the second equation or the first equation, whichever. When you solve this question, the value of x or y gets cancelled. So you are left with two numbers on the LHS and RHS, right? This is a bit weird, yes. Yes, Mera. Yes, Ritisha, no problem. He can join whenever he wants. There's no issue. Yes, Mera. So you get two numbers on the LHS and RHS, correct? If you write the equation in terms of either x or y, you get you get two numbers. Yes, Manasvi. So what do you do in that case? So okay. So there is another rule. In such a situation where there is no variable or no x or y in the equation, you check if LHS is equal to RHS. In this case, you get 40 is equal to 30. Correct? The equations are parallel, no? 40 is equal to 30. That LHS is not equal to RHS. Correct? So this statement is false. Hence, these two equations have no solution. Okay, confusing. Am I making sense? Okay, what I'll do is I'll solve. Yes, Mohak, you get 40 is equal to 30. That's right. So it becomes kind of a statement. Okay, I'll just quickly solve this here. I think you all will understand. Okay, what is it? 3x 3x plus 2y is equal to 10 and 12x plus 8y is equal to 30. Correct? This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So I'm going to write this in terms of, let's say, y. 2y is equal to 10 minus 3x, which can be further written as y is equal to 10. Okay. 10 minus 3x by 2. So I'm going to substitute the value of y in this equation. What do I get? 12x plus 8 into 10 minus 3x by 2 is equal to 30, right? I can cancel this out, right? So I get 12x plus 40 minus 12x is equal to 30. And again, this and this gets cancelled. So you get 40 is equal to 30. This right here is a statement. Okay. So there are questions, there are certain questions where you might get such kind of a situation, right? Okay, everybody got it till here? I hope there's no doubt now. So you get a statement like this. Okay, Mohak, where are you stuck? I think you told me that you got something like 40 equals 30. Yeah, yeah, you might get different values if you substitute. Yeah, I have taken this in this case. I have taken y, right? I have taken the value of y, substituted the value of y in this equation. You might get another possibility where you take it in terms of x. So x equals to 10 minus 2y by 3. Right, when you do that, you will get two other numbers here. But basically, you are getting two numbers which are different. Like the LHS is different and RHS is different. Okay, it is same for X also. Yeah, okay then. 40 equals 30. So then just check once, just check. If you are doing the steps correctly, you would get two numbers which are different on LHS and RHS. Right, so this is a statement basically. So in such cases, what do? You check. You check the LHS and is it equal to RHS? Check that. If it is, what do you say? The system has infinitely many solutions. And when, I'll write it here, when LHS is not equal to RHS, it basically means it has no solution. Correct? Okay. Now is it clear? In the first line, what have you written after 2x? First line, 3x plus 2y is equal to 10. Or 2y is equal to 10 minus 3x. Where are you stuck? I'm sorry, my handwriting is a little bit bad. Okay, got it? No, before 3x. Where is before 3x? It starts with 3x is equal to before minus 3x. It's 10. Mohak, it's 10. Okay, so try solving this on your own. I'll be sharing the PPT and the recording later so you can cross check your answers. Okay, so you got the hang of this. So I'm going to give you one more question. Yeah, here it is. The third question, same substitution method. Again, you're going to get something weird. Let me know. So what will be the answer? Rishit, what was the substitution method you forgot? Okay, so what do? You choose either one of the two equations, okay, and write the value of x or y in terms of the other. Like in this question, you can write, let's say 2x is equal to 11 plus 7y, or x is equal to 11 plus 7y by 2. And then use that value of x, substitute it in the second equation. So 6 into that value, whatever you got. So you'll get one equation in terms of only y. So you can find the value of y from that. Yes, Ayush, Pratim, Smera, you're right. So what will be the answer? What can you say like about the solution? Yes, infinitely many solution. Yes, Manasvi. Navya, Pratim, Sanat, yes. What can you say? Smera, how did you get that? Uh, yeah, your LHS RHS is right. So what will be the inference? Ayush, yes. Rudra, yes. Avni, yes. You're right. So in this case, when you solve, you get LHS equal to RHS. Therefore, it will have infinitely many solutions. Okay. Yes. Shreya, Sanskriti, Soumya, Avni, Rudra, you're right. Okay. Anybody who still wants me to solve this question? Heth, you're right. No, I don't want me to solve. Okay. Okay. Anybody, if you are still facing a problem with this question, what you can do is try solving it after class. And if you still face a problem or have any doubt, let me know. I'll help you. Because there are no solutions in this PPT. That's why I'm telling. Shankadeep, no, your answer is wrong. Check your calculation once. Kritak, yes, awesome, that's right. Okay, so I think it was a good enough recap for substitution method. Now we'll move on to the next one, elimination method. Okay, so this is the question. Solve the following pair of equations by using the elimination method. Okay, somebody has a question. Anshul Aditya, I just explained it to you, right? So you write LHS is equal to RHS, 33 is equal to 33, which means this equation will have infinitely many solutions. Yes, Ritu, I'll be explaining how do you do elimination. Yes, I'm well aware you have not studied elimination. I will be teaching it to you right now. I'm just showing you the question. I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how to do it. Just write the equations. So what are the equations? Okay. So the two equations are 8x okay 8x minus 5y is equal to 11. This is the first equation. Second equation is x plus y equal to 4. Okay. Elimination method, as the name suggests, what do? You eliminate either x or y. How do you do that? Is by multiplying both the equations with such a number that either x or y is the same. So in this case, in the second one, there is no coefficient for x and y. So you can choose anything. You can either multiply the second equation with 8 or with 5. If you multiply with 8, you will get 8x here. You multiply with 5, you will get 5y here, which can then be eliminated. Got the hang of it, right? So you multiply the number which can after which you can either add. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll multiply this with 5. So you write here, okay. And in some cases, you might have to multiply both the equations. Basically, what we're aiming at is the coefficient of y or x should be the same so that we can eliminate it by addition or subtraction. That's why we are multiplying. So multiply equation 2 with 5. Okay, this will be your first step. Write it down stepwise. Okay, the first step. Multiply equation 2 with 5. What do you get? You write it like this: 5x plus y equal to 4. Basically gives you 5x plus 5y equal to 20. So you label this as equation 3. Ensure that you label each equation correct. You write all these steps that you're multiplying with which equation with what number. All this is important. Okay, so now what do you do? Now you can see here, right? The coefficient, uh, just a second. Yeah. So the coefficient of y is 5 by 5. So by subtracting, in this case, by subtracting either of it, either 1 from 3 or 3 from 1, we can get rid of the, oh no, sorry, actually by adding, there is a minus sign here and there is a plus sign here. Sorry, I did not see. So you can simply add, by adding, the value of y will be eliminated, correct? So what do? You just write it here. So you write, no, you first write adding 1 and 3 what do you get? 8x minus 5y is equal to 11 plus 5x plus 5y is equal to 20. Correct? So this can be eliminated. Y is eliminated. So you get an equation in terms of x which you can solve. So this will be 13x and this will be 20 plus 11 is 31. Right? So x will be why am I getting a different answer? Okay, yeah. So you got the value of x here. So what do you do? Now you write substitute substituting x in 2. 2 is a simpler equation, so you substitute the value of x in 2. So what will you get? Be 31 by 13 plus y equals to 4. How do we recognize whether we have to do with minus 5 or 5? Okay, so multiplication will be with a positive number always. So you just have to multiply by 5 or by 8, whichever you choose in this case. Okay, so after that you check the sign. So in this case, what is the sign of y here? It's negative. And after multiplying, what is the sign of y here? It's positive. Correct. So simply by adding, you can see that it will be eliminated. That's how you check whether you add or subtract. If both the equations have the same sign, you subtract. Right? Okay. So you got the hang of it. Basically, elimination is multiplying the equation with a number. Yes. Manasvi, you multiply with a number. You check the sign after multiplication. Otherwise, it will get confusing. You can just multiply with a number. Don't check the sign while multiplying. So it will just be 5 or be 8. In this case, what will happen if you multiply this equation by if you are trying to eliminate x, suppose. So what do? You multiply the second equation with 8. You multiply this with 8. Correct? And then since the sign for x is same in both the equations, you will subtract. That's how you decide whether you add or subtract. How do you eliminate it? Yes, yes, your answers are right. Y is 21 by 13. Okay, why are you saying multiply by minus 5? Why don't we multiply by minus 5? So, okay, we are trying to eliminate y in this case. Okay, the case that I took, the example that I took, we are trying to eliminate y. So here the sign of y is already negative, and in the second equation it's positive if you see. When you're multiplying, so when you multiply with 5, it will become 5y, it will still be positive, right? Yeah, so you just add the two because of the sign change. When you just add the two equations, it will automatically get eliminated. You don't need to multiply with minus 5 or anything. That's why you just multiply with the number, check for the sign later. Okay, we'll do a few more questions on this so you get comfortable with this. Okay. Okay, this is the second question. Can anybody try to solve on your own? Will you guys try? X minus y equal to 3, 3x minus 2y equal to 10. Again here, you can either choose x or y and multiply the equation 1 with 3 or with 2. So either multiply the first equation with 3 if you want to eliminate x, or multiply with 2 in case you're looking at eliminating y, and then proceed. And then tell me what value you get for y and x. Yes, Ayush, that's right. Hit, that's right. Ayush, calculate for x and tell me. Krish, I'm afraid that's not right. Just check once. Value of y is correct, x, just check once. Yes, now you're right, Krish. Anybody still stuck? Just multiply the first equation with either 3 or 2, based on either x or y, what are you looking to eliminate? Yes, Ayush. Yes, Mera, you're right. Murtuza, how did you get that? I don't think that's the right answer. Okay, what I'll do is I'll quickly show you how to do this question. In case there might be some calculation error or something like that. No, Pratim, that's not right. Ishan, no. Soumya, yes. This is simple. Okay, so what is the first? Yes, Manasvi. Yes, Sanskriti. Yes, Ritisha. Soumya, yes, you're right. Okay, all those of you who are stuck, I'll quickly show you how to do this. What is the first equation? X minus y is equal to 3. Correct? And 3x minus 2y is equal to 10. Okay. Is equal to 10. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Right? So now you multiply. I'll show you by eliminating x in this case, since both the signs are same, right? So multiply 1 with 3. So what do I get? 3x minus y is equal to 3, which is basically 3. Oops. This is basically 3x minus 3y is equal to 9. Correct? Okay, so this is equation. I'm writing it on top here. 3. So now if you see the sign of x, see carefully, I'll show you. See, the sign of x here is positive and the sign of x here is also positive. So you subtract. When you subtract, you'll get one place x will be negative. So you write subtracting subtract 2 from 3, right? 2 from 3 means you write the third equation first, which is nothing but 3x minus 3y is equal to 9, and then 3x minus 2y is equal to 10. So now I'm subtracting. So this will become minus, this will become plus, and this will become minus. Correct? Okay. So you can directly just cancel these out, eliminate it, right? This becomes minus y, and this becomes minus 1, which can be also written as y is equal to 1. Now I'm going to substitute the value in equation 1, which is x minus y is equal to 3. So it becomes x minus 1 is equal to 3, or x is equal to 4. So this is the answer. Yeah. Okay, Ishan. Yeah, you can take any equation first, but ensure what you are multiplying with and how are you eliminating it. In this case, it is easier if you multiply the first equation with either 3 or 2. Right? You don't want to make the multiplication more complex. Is this question clear? Anybody still having a doubt? It's easy, right? Elimination method. It's just simple. You either eliminate one of the variables, x or y. Okay, so got it. So I'm going to show you the next question. Let's see if you can get this one. Somebody has a question. Yes, Pratim, I'm giving you one more question here. 0.4x plus 0.3y is equal to 1.7, and 0.7x minus 0.2y is equal to 0.8. Be careful of the decimals. What you can do is, if you want to get rid of the decimal, you can multiply something with 10 directly. Or you can solve it with decimal. Anything is fine. You'll get the same answer. So be very careful, there are decimals in this question. So, and in this question, the coefficient of x and y in both the equations, there are coefficients of x and y in both the equations, right? So you need to multiply both the equations with something. In case you are taking x, you need to multiply the first one with 7 and the second equation with 4. That's how you will get the same coefficient of x in both the equations. In case you are taking y, first one 2 and second one by 3, then you will get 6.6y. Let's see who can solve this. Yes, somewhat like LCM. Not exactly LCM, but yeah. It's very simple. See, if there are coefficients in both the equations, okay, in both the equations, just multiply the coefficient of x in the first equation to the second equation, and the coefficient of x of the second equation to the first equation. Don't go to see whether what is the LCM or what should we multiply with. Just directly multiply. Okay, Krish is giving me the answer. Yes, it's right. Not cross. I'm saying, Pratim, in this case, the coefficient of x is 0.4. Multiply the second equation with 0.4. Similarly, do that for equation 1. Yes, Navya, the answer is right. You need to multiply both the equations in this case, and there are decimals, so be careful. Ayush, no, you get a simple number. Check whether is it divisible by that. Okay, in this case, either you multiply with 0.3 and 0.2 and 0.3 to eliminate y, simple, or you can multiply with 30 and 20. If you do that, you get rid of the decimals. So that this is scary. Why is this scary? Because of the decimal? Anybody is finding it scary because of the decimals? Hit, yes, you're right. Yes, Rishit, awesome. Okay, I'll show you a simpler way. All those of you who are comfortable doing it with decimals, you can directly multiply. For those of you who are getting scared just because it's decimals, I'll show you a simple way. Okay, I'll show you how to do. Okay, what is happening to paint? Hmm. So what is the equation? 0.4x plus 0.3y is equal to 1.7, correct? And 0.7x plus or minus 0.2y is equal to 0.8. Okay, so for the people who are facing difficulties with because of the decimal, what am I going to do is I'm going to multiply this equation with 20. I'm going to multiply this equation with 30. Okay, I'm not writing the steps here. Please ensure you write it properly, that multiplying equation 1 with 20 and 2 with 30. So what do I get if I multiply with 20? 8x plus 6y, the decimal is gone, plus 17 to 34, right? This will become equation 3. And what happens when I multiply the second equation with 30? I get 21x minus 6y is equal to 8 3s are 24. Right? This is the fourth equation. So I'm going to simply add the two, because as you see the sign for y, it's plus and it's minus. So you just add, automatically it will get eliminated, right? So I'm just going to eliminate this. What do I get when I add? There's a plus sign here, plus sign here. 21 and 8 becomes 29x is equal to 4 and 4, 8, 58, right? So x is equal to, or it is equal to 2, right? Now substitute the value in whichever equations. Again, if you are scared of decimals, substitute it either 3 or 4. Okay, you got it, Mohawk, nice. Manasvi, why 10? Both with just 10, that will not solve the purpose, right? We are trying to multiply to get the coefficient of either x or y the same. I multiplied with 10 here just to get rid of the decimal and make it easy for anybody who's scared just by looking at the decimals. Asmera, can you check your answer? Yeah, just for the decimals to go. Yeah, Manasvi, but then you need to ensure that the coefficient of one of the variables is also the same. So it won't be just 10, it will be either 20 and 30, or it will be 40 and 70. Yes, Soumya. Smera, did you get it now? Anybody who's still stuck? Yes, yeah. Anybody, if you want me to explain a particular part again, or if you're stuck, just raise your hand. I'll help you out. Yes, Sanat. Yes, Pratim. Why is 3? Okay, so I think you've sort of got the hang of elimination method. What I'll do is I'm going to give you a couple of questions as homework, so you can solve that, and you know you can solve those questions and let me see if you can. Then I'll know for sure that you got a hang of it. I've kept the homework like minimum, whatever I'm going to cover today, that's it in the homework. So It will be like a recap. If you do it after class, it will be good. It will be like kind of a test that you understood the concept. Okay. Okay, so Pratim, you want me to explain this concept in brief? Yes. So what do you do basically? Elimination, in the word itself it says, right? That eliminate. So you either eliminate x or y. And how do you do that? By multiplying the equations with a number. Generally, it's the coefficient of either of the two. If you are planning to eliminate y, you multiply the equations with the coefficient of y to make it same. Then you check for the sign. Based on the sign, you either add or subtract, and then you get an equation in terms of one variable, whichever you have chosen to eliminate. Then the equation you get will be in the other variable, right? When you solve that, you get the answer for that variable and then substitute in any equation to get the value of the one you eliminate. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now, this is the third concept which is left is cross multiplication. So this I am going. This looks a little difficult, but I want you to write it down as I am going to write it down to make it easy. Okay. So the question is 5x plus 4y minus 4 equals to 0 and x minus 12y minus 20 is equal to 0. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to solve this. Cross multiplication at first might look difficult, but it's not difficult, trust me. Okay. Yep. So 4x plus 6y is equal to 5, and the second equation is 2x plus 9y is equal to 3. So step 1, what do? You write the two equations in the standard form. Okay. Now what is the standard form, you'll ask, right? The standard form is this: a1x plus b1y, okay, plus c1 is equal to 0. And the second equation will be a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So this is basically the standard form. I'll write it here as standard form. Standard form, right? So what do you do? First step, you write these two equations in terms of the standard form. So what will it be? Okay, some other color I got. Yeah. 4x plus 6y minus 5 equal to 0, correct? And 2x plus 9y minus 3 equal to 0, right? Now you write the values of a1, a2. What is a1? 4. What is a2? 2. What is b1? Check the sign and write. Here it's positive, so it will just be 6. b2 plus 9, so just 9. Now c1, see, in the standard form everything is in plus, right? So if it is a negative, you have to consider that sign too. So c1 will be minus 5 and c2 will be minus 3. Okay. Okay, now comes the fun part. You make a column like this: x, y, and 1. Okay, and write here. First will be b1. Write b1, b2, then write c1, c2, a1, a2, and b1, b2. Okay, just write it as I have written. Okay, and then what you can do in the next step, once you've written this, substitute the values. It is clear till here, right? Okay. What I'll do is I'll just erase this part so that I have some space to write. Okay. So I'm going to substitute the values of b1, b2, all that here. So what is b1? 6. b2 is 9. c1 is -5 and c2 is -3. Then a1 is 4, a2 is 2, b1 is again 6, and b2 is 9. Correct? Yeah. So now you write it like this. Now you write x, and in the denominator it would be first this 6 into -3. I'm writing all the steps, so just copy down as I have written with all the steps. Okay, don't miss anything. Minus, and we're going to cross multiply like this. Since you cross multiply, automatically a minus sign comes here, which will be minus of 9 into -5. Got it? Is equal to y by, now for y I'm going to do 5. There's already a minus sign, so -5 into 2 minus, so you're going to cross multiply, minus of -3 into 4. Sorry, I'm writing it down because there's no space. So it will be equal to 1. You can continue on the same line. 1 by, this will be 4 into 9 minus 2 into 6. 2 into 6. Right? Got it? In exam, it depends, Anshul, what is asked. They might ask you to solve a particular question by a particular method. That's why it is required that you know all this, all the 3 methods. So they might specify in the question that solve by elimination method or solve by cross multiplication method. If they have not specified anything, it's well and good. Like you can use any method to solve, whichever you find convenient. I think substitution method is the easiest generally. So, okay. So from here you simplify uh, this would be in what, -18 plus 45. Is that right? Yeah, there are minus, so it will be plus, is equal to y by, this will be -10, and what is that? -3 into 4, so plus 12, which is equal to 1 by 36 minus 12. Correct? Or simplify it further and write x is equal to 27, x by 27, sorry, is equal to y by 2, which is equal to 1 by 24. Right? And then, oops, sorry, this is 27. Okay, got erased. X by 27, right? So now you can write it as x by 27 is equal to 1 by 24, comma, y by 2 is equal to, right? So x can be written as 27 by 28, which is equal to 9 by 8 is divisible by 3, or y is equal to 2 by 20, sorry, 24, which is nothing but 1 by 12. That's how you get the value for x and y. So this is your final answer. This is your final answer for x. Okay, got it? Yes, Ed. Yes, Krish. Okay, Pratim, have you noted it down exactly like I said? Yes, I'll explain it again. What I'll do is I'll explain with another question. So it is simple. Basically, you need to. It is not necessary, but yeah, I know this method is the most complicated one out of all the three. But they do ask in the exam. So they will just give you a question with equations and specify that solve using cross multiply method. Like including the table. Yes. I'm including the table here because that is like the, what do you say, a foolproof plan of doing the multiplication. Okay, you got it till the table, right? So what have I done? There's a formula otherwise, which is there in your chapter notes. If it says, okay, x by, this is b2, x by b1 c2 minus b2 c1, and all that things, which will get little complicated to remember. So it's easier to just make this uh, table sort of a thing and then multiply. Use arrows, you'll never go wrong, isn't it? Yeah, it takes a little bit of time and extra time, but at least it'll guarantee you don't make a mistake. Okay, so you basically write the equation in terms of the standard form first, right? A1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. That is the standard form. The c term will be on the LHS. So if it is equated to some constant, you take the constant to the LHS. That's how it becomes a standard form equation. Generally, that's all you have to do. The other things are the same. Okay, then you write A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2 along with their signs. Check if there is a negative sign anywhere, include the negative sign. Then you make this table sort of a thing with X, Y, and 1 here. This step I'm here. X, Y, and 1, and write this it starts with B, right? B1, B2, then C1, C2, then A1, A2, and then again B1, B2. And then what you do, you write x, then by the denominator and start multiplying. Make x everywhere. First step goes down and then minus, then you go up. So you're going up, so there's a minus. Just keep that in mind. That'll help. I think that will be helpful in chapters like matrices and determinants. I'm not sure if you have those things. But generally, this is a rule. If you multiply, when you're going down, you don't change the sign. When you're going to go up, it becomes minus automatically. Minus, go up. Okay. And then you write the values. Then you arrive at this step, right? And then what you do, you just equate x is equal to the one part, 1 by something, and then y is equal to that part. So, and when you solve further, there's a denominator below x, so you take it to the numerator on the other side and solve. You get some value. That will be the value for x. Similarly, you get some value for y. That will be the value for y. Okay. I hope now everyone understood. So basically, I have written 28 instead of 24. Where did I write 28? Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. In the last step, right? Yep. Thank you, Hia. Yeah. So this is 24. Sorry for the mistake. Yeah. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll give you one or more question. For those of you who are able, who understood it and who want to try it out, you can try it out. For those who not got it, I'll explain it once more using the question. Okay. So we did this. We didn't do this. We did this one. Yeah. So this is the question. 5x plus 4y minus 4 is equal to 0 and x minus 12x minus 20 is equal to 0. If you notice, this is already in the standard form. So you can directly start by noting down a1, a2, a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2 and directly multiply. Let's see who can get this. Pratim, you got it till the initial steps, right? Try to do it. I'll solve this question later. Just try to arrive at the second last step at least. Okay, so what do you do here? You write A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2 along with the signs. So there is a minus, B2 is minus 12, include the minus 12, okay? C1 is minus 4 and C2 is minus 20, include the signs. Because the standard form, everything is positive. It's A1 x plus B1 y plus C1, right? So if there's a negative sign anywhere in any coefficient, include it. Don't like skip it or ignore it. Okay, then you make that kind of a table. Okay, you make this sort of a arrangement, which I don't know, it's not exactly called a table, a kind of rows and columns thing with A1, A2 values. Okay, I think yeah, it is a table. So yeah, you make this kind of a table with x, y, and 1 and write the values of uh, A1. Can I show the question again? Yes, sure. Here. 5x plus 4y minus 4 is equal to 0. X minus 12y minus 20 is equal to 0. Uh, yeah, Pratim, you're right. So now you equate it to that 1 by whatever you got. You're right. You just have to do one more step. So x is equal to the denominator of x will go to the numerator. So it will become what? 128 by 64. And y will become 96 by 64. Uh, why you're getting that as y? I'm not sure if that is the right answer. Is it? Okay, what I'll do is I'll just quickly show you. Let me see. And all those of you who are not answering or who did not get. Yeah, Pratim, I'll show it to you. You are just stuck at the last step. You got the question. I don't know why you are stuck at the last step. Okay, so since it's already in the standard form, what are the equations? 5x plus 4y minus 4 is equal to 0 and x minus 12y minus 20 is equal to 0. So we want a1 is 5, b1 is 4 and c1 is minus 4. Correct? a2 is 5. Right? Yeah. a2 is 1, b2 is minus 12. Oops, I forgot to add the minus sign. Yeah, B2 is minus 12 and C2 is minus 20. Correct? So now what am I going to do? I'm going to make that table kind of thing. Okay, so can I just skip and directly write the values of A1 whatever here? Okay, so it starts with B. So B1 goes here. Okay. Yep. So B1, so it goes 4, B2 minus 12, and then you have C here 4 and minus 20. Then you have A1, so which is 5 and 1. So yeah, remember to write it like this as I am writing. So x is between these two values. Okay, so that's how you know that yeah, x, the denominator of x will be these terms. So the denominator of y will be these 4 terms, something like that. Just helps. B1 is minus 4. Oh, I forgot. No, it's plus 4. Okay, my bad. Okay, 4 and minus 12. Right? Okay. So now we are going to write x by, we start multiplying. So it's 4 into minus 20. 4 into minus 20. Now you're going to go up, right? So automatically put a minus sign and into minus 4 into minus 12, right? Is equal to y by, go down, minus 4 into 1. Okay, you know what I'm going to write? Give it a little bit more space and write. Yeah, is equal to y by minus 4 into 1. Now you're going to go up, so minus, there's already a minus sign. So minus 20 into 5 is equal to 1 by, what is this? We go down, 5 into minus 12. Minus 1, you're going to go up, so minus 1 into 4. Correct? Now I'm going to simplify, so it becomes x by minus 20 into 4 is 4 to the 8, minus 80. And this becomes plus, but then there's a minus sign outside, so it becomes minus 48, right? This is equal to, yeah, y by minus 4. This will become plus 5 to the 10. Hold on, have I made a mistake somewhere? E Okay, is equal to uh, 1 by minus 60 minus 4, right? So it becomes x plus, what is this, 80 and 48 will be 128 minus is equal to y by 100 minus 4, 96. Oh, plus 96 it will be, is equal to 1 by minus 64. Correct? Is it okay till here? I'm just going to erase this part. Okay, so it will become x by minus 128 is equal to 1 by minus 64. Correct? Comma, y by 96 is equal to 1 by minus 64. So it will become x is equal to minus 128 by minus 64. Okay, this is 64, right? Or y is equal to 96 by minus 64. So x will be, I think 128 is divisible by, yeah, it is divisible. So 2 and y will be, okay, it will be 2's are simplified, you will get something, some value. It's not a direct, yeah, minus 1.5. Okay, is it clear now? What happened to this bar? Yep. Okay, clear. Awesome. Okay, then I have one more question for you. Okay, let me see who can solve this. Do it stepwise, like I had mentioned. Okay, there is some problem with my GoToWebinar. Okay, are you able to solve this one? It's just simple, right? You just use that table for, it's a lengthy process, but okay, I'm not able to see your questions. There's some glitch here. Okay, I don't know. Okay, if anybody still has a problem, you raise your hand. I'm not able to see if you all are asking questions. So, okay, once what we can do is, okay, once you're finished solving this question, just raise your hand. So I'll move on to the next question. There is some glitch with my Okay, awesome. You guys have been able to finish. Oh, okay. I still can't see if you're asking questions. I don't know. It's the first time this has happened. Okay, if you have any questions, just type it in chat because I'm really not able to see if you're asking me anything. I'm just able to see the old questions. Okay, what we'll do is, I think most of you have finished this question, so we'll move on to the next. I'm still not able to figure out why my GoToWebinar is giving me a glitch and why I cannot see your questions. I am not able to figure it out. Okay, strange. Okay, yeah, so now the last topic which we have to cover for this chapter is word problems. So I have taken up simple word problems for today. Maybe we'll need another class, another practice session at least to cover the higher level word problems. So you are comfortable, uh, verifying these graphically, right? The graphical part, nobody has any problems, right? Okay, anybody who's sending me questions, I am really not able to see your question. I have no idea what's up with this webinar thing. So, okay. So, either try sending me a chat or you can raise your hand, or if you have any question, I'll just uh, unmute you because I'm not sure how do I fix this glitch. Okay, by till the time we'll move on to the next question. Word problems. This is the last part of the chapter. Here, you need to either find the values of x and y, or you just need to form an equation and verify them graphically. So these two kind of questions you do get. So I've just taken basic level ones for today. We'll deal with the higher level word problems in the next practice session. Okay. So form the pair of linear equations for the following problems and find the solution by substitution method. So yeah, you'll get some question like this where it specifies that use substitution method, right? So then you cannot use the other two. Okay, the difference between two numbers. Oh, why is it showing the solution? Yeah. The difference between two numbers is 26 and one number is 3 times the other. Find them. Okay, so you can start by saying let the two numbers be x and y. Correct? So the difference is 26 means x minus y is 26. This is one equation. The second line is one number is 3 times the other. So x is equal to 3y. This be the second equation. And now solve by substitution method and okay. Somebody is still sending me questions. I cannot read your questions, really. I mean, I'm really sorry. I don't know. It's showing me all previous questions, nothing which is there now. Okay, all those who are getting the answer for this question, just raise your hand. I have to try out something else. Awesome. That's nice. That's good. Oh, most of you got it, I think. Okay, that's nice to know that most of you got it. Okay, then I'll just show you the solution. So yeah, you consider two numbers to be x and y. X is greater than y in this case. According to the question, x minus y 26. Yeah, the first sentence says the difference between the two numbers is 26. That's how you get x minus y equals 26. And the second statement says one number is 3 times that of the other. So you get x is equal to 3y. Okay, now simple substitution method. Value of x, I mean the second equation is already kind of one value in terms of the other, right? So you directly substitute equation 2 in 1 and you get the answers. Okay, here there is an error. It's x is 3, sorry, yeah, here x is 3 into 13, not 313. 3 into 13, so x, that's how it's 39. So the numbers are 13 and 30, 13 and 39, sorry. Anybody who's sending me questions, like, please, that's a really bad idea. I cannot see a question. So if you have a doubt, um, what you can do is you can send a chat or you can raise your hand. I'll help you out. Okay. Anybody having a doubt, raise your hand. Doubts in this question? Okay, I don't see any hands raised. So I'm going to go ahead. This was a simple one, right? So the fairly simple one. Okay, Anshul, I suppose you have a doubt. I'm going to unmute you. Hi, Anshul.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, can you hear me?
yes, yes. Hello. Okay, we seem to have lost the connection.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Ma'am, will the verification come in exam like the verification of cross multiplication and the elimination method?
I don't think verification as such. They might just give you a set of equations and specify.
Like
That's all.
I saw in
Eliminate.
NCRT there's the verification. Like the verification is given in NCRT. So will it come like it's complicated? I guess the verification.
No, I have not seen such questions because what they do ask is they ask you whether the equations are consistent or inconsistent, and based on that they want you to solve further. That's all that is
Oh,
there. So they
okay,
want you to verify why is it consistent or why is it inconsistent. That you do by just solving the linear equation. That's it.
okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Anybody else having a doubt? No. Okay. So we'll do one more word problem. If somebody is still typing questions, I'm not able to see them. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. So this is a question. The cost of 4 pens and 4 pencil boxes is rupees 100. 3 times the cost of a pen is rupees 15 more than the cost of a pencil box. Form a Form the pair of linear equations for the above situation and find the cost of a pen and a pencil box. So first step will be you take x to be the cost of one pen and y to be the cost of one pencil box, right? From that, the next step will be the cost of 4 pens and 4 pencil boxes is given. So it will be 4x plus 4y is 100, right? And the second equation will be 3 times the cost of a pen is 15 more than the cost of a pencil box. So 3 times the cost of a pen is nothing but 3x. Is 15 more than the cost of a pencil box will be equal to 15 plus 4y. And then that is a pair of linear equations you've got. Now solve. In this case, they have not mentioned which method to be used. So you can use elimination, you can use cross multiplication, you can use substitution. Cross multiplication is a bit tricky, so use that only when you're like really sure. Yes, Pratim, you have a doubt?
Ma'am, it says that than the cost of a pencil box. So how can we take 4y? We should take y now, 15 plus y.
Ha, 15 plus y, yes. Sorry, did I say 4? It's 15 plus y.
Oh,
Then a pencil box would be y. Yes.
okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So 15 plus y. Sorry, I may have said 4. So that will be the pair of linear equations, and then you solve, you will get the value of x and y. So you can raise your hand if you have solved. Since this question is still giving me a glitch, I really need to figure out why is it giving me a glitch. Hmm. Okay, nice to see. I think 4 or 5 of you have got the answer till now. Anybody else solving? Yes, nice. This is simple, right? These are simple word problems that I've taken. We might need another session, at least another session, because there are really complicated questions. If you go to see, there are quite a few tricky, and just because of the words, you just need to figure out how do you convert the word problem into a linear equation. That part is tricky. So, yes, we will need another session to cover those questions specifically, right? So these ones are simple, it's quite direct. And I'm going to give you a few homework questions which are quite direct. So I want you to solve them. Then we'll take up the complex ones. Okay, I see most of you have solved. Nice. So I'll just take you through the solution once. Okay, so let the cost of a pen be rupees X and let the cost of a pencil box be rupees Y. So the cost of 4 pens and 4 pencil boxes is 100 as is given. You write that in terms of an equation and you simplify it. Okay, they've simplified this. And that's okay if you don't do, eventually it will get simplified. So you can do this step or you can skip it, anything is fine. Then according to the second condition we have, yeah, 3 pens, the cost of 3 times of pen is 15 more than a pencil box, something like that is mentioned, right? So 3x is equal to y plus 15. That's how you get the second equation. And here they have, if you see, the method used here is, I would have asked you guys, but my question thing is still annoying me. So I'm just going to tell you. So what they've used here is elimination because of the sign difference in the, if you look at the second equation and the third equation, you'll see it's plus y and minus y. So they eliminated y. That's how they got the value of x, and then they substituted the value of x to get, okay, to get the answer. Okay, somebody having doubt or all of you have finished? Okay, nice. Okay, so anybody having doubt in this question, you can raise your hand. Okay. Uh, then we'll just do one more question. Then that will be done. Okay. Oh, yeah. Romila went to a stationery shop and purchased two pencils and three erasers for rupees 9. Her friend Sonali saw the new variety of pencils and erasers with Romila, and she also bought four pencils and six erasers of the same kind for rupees 80. Represent this situation algebraically and graphically. I hope you are familiar with the graphical method. What do you do? Okay, if not, I'll just do a recap with this question. So, okay, first things first, what will be x and y? So, why are you showing the answer? Okay, so it will be, you can say, let the number of pencils be x and the number of erasers be y. So it will be 2x plus 3y is 9 is equal to 9. And the second equation will be 4x plus 6y is equal to 18. That's how you represent it algebraically. If you notice here, they haven't asked you to find the value of x and y, so do not sit and solve these equations, please. When they ask you for the value, that time solve. In this case, they are only asking you to form a linear equation. So the equation you got, which is 2x plus 3y is equal to 9 and 4x plus 6y is equal to 18. That's it. That's what that would be the answer for represent this situation algebraically. Whereas for graphically, what do you do? Okay, so first equation you write it in terms of either x or y. So it will be 2x plus 3y is equal to 9. So you can say 3y is equal to 9 minus 2x, or y is equal to 9 minus 2x by 3. Then you substitute values of x in that, like x equals 1. Okay, I'll just show it to you with what I'll do before that is all those of you who were able to solve it, just raise your hand. Let me just take a quick count of people who were able to solve. Okay, nice. That's like quite a few of you. That's nice. Good. Okay. Awesome. So then I'll just quickly take you through the solution. Okay. Yeah, there is a 9 by 9 minus 2x by 3 written like in 2, 3 places by mistake. So just ignore that. So like I said, let the cost of pencil be x and let the cost of the eraser be y. And they have simplified and written it. So yeah, 2x plus 3y is equal to 9, or 2x plus 3y minus 9 equals 0. And similarly, they've written the second equation. Ignore this 9 minus 2x by 3, which is printed here. Okay, now for plotting the equations, you take consider each equation separately, and you get it in terms of either x or y. Again, this 9 minus 2x by 3 is printed by mistake here in the x row. So it will just be x. And y is 9 minus 2 by 3. 9 minus 2x by 3, sorry. So what do? You take random values for x. You take 0, 1, 2, 3, whichever. Okay, and then if you suppose you take x as 0, so you substitute 0 in this equation. So it will be 9 minus 2 into 0 by 3, or 9 by 3, which is 3. That's how you get, you take at least two values to plot it on the graph. So you do that, and that's how you get at least like two values for x and two values for y. So total of four values. And similarly do that for the second equation, and you will get points, 2 points, right? And you plot these two lines on the graph. So in case these lines coincide, they have infinitely many solutions. I think you would have gone over this in the previous class. So if they intersect at one point, they have one common solution. If they coincide, or coincide is basically they are one on top of the other, right? Or quite a few points, yeah, no, quite a few points pass through both the lines. That's what it means by coincide. So that means it has infinitely many solutions. And in case they are parallel, which means no points coincide, which means there is no common solution for these two equations. There are questions which are like if these equations are consistent, solved graphically and all that, we need to cover those questions also. For now, I haven't taken them. So, yeah, okay. So, yeah, I guess this is it for today. If anybody has any doubts, please raise your hand in anything, or you can leave if you do not have any doubts. Right? I'll be sending the homework. I'll just mark the questions and send it on WhatsApp so you can check it there and solve those questions. Okay, and if you do not have any doubts, you can leave. So bye bye. I hope you understood the concepts. Okay, I see no hands raised, so I don't think anybody has doubt. So okay, bye. We'll see you next class.